Absolutely.
Can you ask your colleagues to identify yourself? Are you going to refuse as well? That absolute joke. Yeah, that's your neck's getting wound back in. Have a nice time jogging on, officers. These are a disgrace to the uniform. Absolute joke.
You will not believe what these officers just did on camera. Watch as they get exposed live, refusing to follow their own policy while trying to lecture a journalist about his rights. Within seconds, the whole thing backfires spectacularly, and they get absolutely torn apart for it in front of everyone watching. This is the moment they wish they never showed up in the first place. But trust me, guys, this is just the beginning, because this entire audit gets way more heated from here, with 2 separate walks of shame, accusations of two-tier policing, and officers completely humiliated not once, but twice. Stick around till the end. You do not want to miss how this one unfolds.
I'm okay, mate. How's yourself?
Yeah, not bad. So basically,
Hello. You okay?
they've just been saying, staff members and they've just been saying that you've been filming people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you filming people?
Because I'm a journalist. It's my job.
What's your job, sir?
Press pass?
I'm an independent journalist. I'm affiliated with the NUJ, but I don't need to display a press pass to be a journalist.
Are you aware that people have a right for privacy when they voting?
Yeah, I'm not filming anyone voting.
Yeah, we've been told that you are filming people's faces. It's not like you are standing outside when you are perfectly allowed to do it.
That's not a crime, my friend. So the legislation around filming in polling stations is inside the polling station. You can check the Electoral Commission's website, and it makes that very clear. You can't film it.
That people are complaining about you filming them.
Alright guys, this audit goes south real quick. A police officer walks straight up demanding to see press credentials, questioning why filming is even happening near the polling station entrance. The auditor stands his ground immediately, citing his NUJ affiliation and making it clear that no press pass is legally required to film in a public space. The officer keeps pushing the privacy angle, insisting people have a right not to be filmed. But the auditor calmly reminds him that standing outside the polling station filming isn't a crime and points straight to the Electoral Commission's own guidance. He explains he's not filming anyone casting a ballot, only the public entrance, and that distinction matters legally. The officer keeps circling back to complaints from staff, but the auditor refuses to be rattled, laying out his reasoning with complete confidence. Tension builds fast, and it's clear from the opening exchange that this is heading toward a much bigger confrontation.
Yeah, it's gaslighting. So what happened was, it was gaslighting 101. I was stood here minding my own business. Some lady asked me not to film her. I didn't film her. Then she went about her business, and then she stood right behind me here, and she was glowering at me because I could see her in the window. So I turned around to look at her, and she started speaking to me, and then she went to grab my camera, and I told her, don't do that, you have no right to grab my property. And as soon as I said that, she was like, oh, you've been intimidating. I says, no. I says, you went to grab my property, I'm minding my own business. I was like, so you have no right to grab my property. So instead of dealing with that, they've decided to gaslight me and say that somehow I was responsible for it. And it's all on camera, all right? I have no reason to lie.
But what's your reason as a journalist to film people at the polling station? Or in front of the polling station?
Let me ask you something. Do you think if I had BBC written on my jacket, I'd be asked that question? Because this has sounded very much like two-tier policing.
That's why
okay,
I'm
if I had ITV written on my jacket or BBC written on my jacket, you wouldn't be asking that question.
ITV and BBC wouldn't stand here.
Of course they do. If you watch the news today, I guarantee you there'll be several news reports all across every news station of journalists stood outside polling station filming it.
Seems like you're standing here to provoke people.
Not at all. I've not interacted with anyone.
Watch closely, the gaslighting kicks into full gear here. The auditor breaks down exactly what happened just moments earlier. A member of the public glared at him, approached from behind, and grabbed at his camera without warning. Yet somehow he's the one being painted as the aggressor. He refuses to let that slide, laying out the timeline clearly for the officer, explaining he was simply standing there minding his own business when the confrontation started. He calls it gaslighting one-on-one, pointing out how quickly the narrative got flipped the moment he defended his property. Then he goes further, accusing the police of two-tier policing outright, asking bluntly whether he'd be facing this same interrogation if he had BBC or ITV written across his jacket. The frustration in his voice says it all as he insists mainstream broadcasters film outside polling stations every single election without ever facing this kind of harassment.
That's all.
What we've been told is that you've been slightly aggressive towards someone. That's why we want to
Right,
speak to you.
and that's what I said to the gentleman about the lady. I was minding my own business, I was perfectly polite, I didn't raise my voice, I didn't use any profanity. The lady went to grab my property and I told her not to do that, okay? And yet I'm now being gaslighted for that.
Situations like this, because this is very provocative towards people.
Is it unlawful? Is it unlawful?
Yeah.
Is it unlawful? Is it unlawful?
We're asking you not to be aggressive to people.
I've not been aggressive to people. It's on camera.
You've been told, I wasn't here, so I can't.
So, well, you've just told me not to be aggressive with people. I've not been aggressive with people.
Okay.
Someone went to assault me, and yet somehow I'm being gaslighted.
Do you have the footage that you can
Of
show?
course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do.
All right then.
The lady went to assault me, she went to grab my property, and I told her not to do that.
Do you want to show it to us?
I can show it to you at a later time, I'm currently using it.
Well, if you do want to report that as a offence, obviously, please do that.
Yeah, what I don't appreciate is that that's what happened. I have it on camera, I can share that with you any time after today,
Fantastic.
and yet somehow I'm being gaslighted and saying I'm somehow being aggressive when I was nearly
We
assaulted.
just have to act on an allegation that we've been given, so we went
Yeah, it's
here, so
nonsense.
we can't-
Check the CCTV, they've got a camera right there. If you check that CCTV, you'll see exactly what
It's
happened.
just people who come here to vote, they feel intimidated.
Things are about to spiral as the accusations start flying thick and fast. The officer brands the auditor provocative and suggests he's been slightly aggressive toward members of the public, but he doesn't back down for a second. He fires back that he raised his voice at no one, used no profanity, and was the one nearly assaulted, not the other way around. He repeatedly challenges the officers to name the exact law he's supposedly broken, asking flatly, is it unlawful? Again and again, forcing them into an uncomfortable silence each time they dodge the question. He even offers to hand over his own footage as proof of what really happened, stating he's simply using the camera right now but can share it afterward. The officers visibly struggle to keep their story straight, falling back on vague warnings instead of any actual legal justification.
You're not here to police the feelings, my friend. You're here to police the law. Do you mind identifying yourself, please?
We're here to keep peace.
3 points of identification, please. Name, number, station. As per Metropolitan Police policy, I can't read that. I have no idea what that says.
See, you're
So
provoking
you can read
us
it.
now.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you to do your job. It's so hold on. Asking the police to abide by their policy is provoking
Why are
them.
you hiding
That's
your
none of
face?
your business. Is it unlawful?
Okay, so we're leaving now.
No, I need you to identify yourself.
You can see our shoulder number.
No, you have to verbally identify yourself as per your policy. You don't want to have a complaint over something so simple as identifying yourself, do you? Because I will put a complaint in about you for it.
Well, you're more than welcome
And
to
I've
do
had
that.
several of them upheld. 3 points of identification. Are you refusing to identify yourself?
I mean, you can quite.
Are you refusing to verbally identify yourself? Are you refusing to verbally identify yourself?
I'm not refusing.
Are you refusing to verbally identify yourself?
Look, we are not refusing anything. You can.
You
see
are.
who we
I've
are.
asked you
We
to
are police
verbally
officers.
identify
You
yourself.
can see our names. You can see our.
Right, do you know
numbers,
what?
is
Conversation's
see
over.
our
You need to
faces,
wind your
you can
necks
see
in
yours.
and jog on. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
I see this is very provocative.
What do you mean
behavior.
you're refusing to identify yourself?
I'm not refusing. You can see who we are.
I can't read that. I can't
We
read that.
don't
You
know
don't
who
know
you
that.
are.
That- You don't need to know. You're bound by policy. I'm not.
I am.
So, are you a sergeant here?
Absolutely.
Can you ask your colleagues to identify yourself? Are you going to refuse as well? That absolute joke. Yeah, that's your neck's getting wound back in. Have a nice time jogging on, officers. These are a disgrace to the uniform. Absolute joke. That's what 5 complaints in one go, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't go the way you thought, did it? Oh my lord.
This is the moment it all completely falls apart for the officers. The auditor demands 3 points of identification exactly as required under Metropolitan Police policy, name, number, and station, reminding them this isn't a request but a formal policy obligation. Instead of complying, the officers stall, claim he can see their identification, and try to deflect the question back onto his own conduct. He presses harder, asking directly whether they are refusing to verbally identify themselves, and the silence that follows speaks volumes. Realizing they have no real answer, the officers abruptly cut the conversation short, telling him to wind his neck in and walk away entirely without ever complying with their own legal obligation. It's a total embarrassment caught on camera from start to finish, ending in what can only be described as their first humiliating walk of shame, complete with laughter and disbelief from the auditor.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
We just want to remind you again, just please, with your videoing, obviously you can do that, but just be...
I don't need your advice. Sorry, you're not willing to identify yourself. You've not told me your body-worn video was running, so I suggest you just move on.
Okay,
Alright, because you're just not willing to adhere to your policies. I don't need your advice. My conduct hasn't been like that. My conduct hasn't been like that.
I'm not saying it has, I'm just reminding you.
Okay, did you tell them that? Did you tell them that? Because...
Tell who, sorry?
These guys, because they've intimidated me. Someone went to grab my property. Have you told them that? Are you policing without fear or favour? Is this two-tier policing again?
Absolutely not, sir.
Well, can you tell them that? Can you remind them of that then?
They are more than aware of that. Okay?
No, well, I'm more aware of it. So you're talking about to talk to me, so it's two-tier policing. So you need to go away. You're dismissed. See you later. Bye-bye. You're not wanting to adhere to your policies.
Give your name at all to us?
I don't need to give anything like that. No. Why would I do that? You're not willing to adhere to your policies. You didn't tell me your body-worn videos were running. You refused to even give me your names, which is your policy. Never mind your number and station. So, like, why on earth would I try and be cooperative with you?
Okay.
Like, what world are you living in? You're all in Lulu land. Like, jog on. See you later. I don't need you here. Bye-bye.
Okay, so if I
You can't
give you my
tell us
name...
to go.
You're dismissed. You're a public servant. Yes, yes, I can.
So if I identify myself verbally, would you give us your name? And you...
They're back for round 2, but absolutely nothing has changed. The exact same officers return, attempting to lecture the auditor about his conduct and reminding him to be careful with his filming, as if the first encounter never happened. He shuts it down instantly, pointing out that they never told him their body-worn cameras were even running the first time around, so why should he extend them any courtesy now? He brands them hypocrites living in Lulu land, calling out the sheer audacity of coming back to preach policy while ignoring their own identification requirements entirely. When they ask for his name in exchange for theirs, he flatly refuses, reminding them it's their legal duty to identify first, not a negotiation. The exchange grows sharper and more heated with every line, and once again they walk away with absolutely nothing to show for it.
I wouldn't know. Because you need to do that. I don't. It's your policy to provide 3 points of identification. Name, number, and station. Metropolitan Police policy. And when I put a complaint in, you'll be reminded of that policy. I guarantee it. Alright? Just like it's your policy to tell me that your body-worn video is running.
What is your name?
Why would I give you that? Why would I give you that?
We'll leave you to them.
Well, you are
Exactly.
aware
You're
that
dismissed.
you have
Jog on.
order
Next round in. See you later. These are buffoons. These are morons. See you later. Well, it's not very nice to not adhere to your policy.
Right, just remind you of Public Order Act, okay?
What public order is that? Go on. What public order?
You're calling us not very nice
What
words there.
is it not?
Just
Is it,
reminding you that.
to who? To you guys?
to other people.
No, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to them. And I never use profanity.
Alarm.
So I dare you to try it.
So
I dare you to try it because I will sue the living daylights out of you again. Because it's not my first rodeo. Jog on. See you later. I don't need your advice. Bye bye. You're dismissed.
Alright, well, you don't have to be rude, but I'll leave you.
Yous are rude. Yous are rude. You've came out here, you've gaslit me and you've failed to adhere to your policy. Yous are the ones that are rude. Idiotic. Moronic idiots, ladies and gentlemen. The walk of shame. Twice. Twice I got them, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch closely, this is the final blow that ends it all. Officers try one last tactic, threatening public order violations out of pure desperation after being called out publicly. But the auditor turns it right back on them without missing a beat, demanding to know exactly what part of the Public Order Act they think applies. He calls out their repeated failure to follow their own identification policy, exposing the hypocrisy in real time as they struggle to justify the threat. He labels them moronic idiots and buffoons as they retreat for a second humiliating time, unable to produce a single valid reason for the confrontation. The auditor bursts into laughter as they walk away, sealing their second walk of shame in front of everyone watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.